going
Right.
live right
Can you
now.
hear me?
Yes, we hear you, and we are live. Peace of Black Power family. Welcome to another episode of Boss Talk. Well, Harlem's own BossedUp Staxx. We in the building for this Boss Talk, Real Talk broadcasting live session. We got a special guest in the building, so let me get the host with the most on the microphone, and let me get out the way. BossedUp Staxx, ladies and gentlemen, let's go.
Yo, what's the word, people? How y'all doing, man? I'm blessed and honored to have a friend of mine, Low Key Diamond. Introduce yourself, Queen.
How y'all doing, everybody? I'm Low Key Diamond, next upcoming model. How y'all doing?
So, what made you want to get into modeling?
Well, first off, let me start off by saying I'm a full-time mom. I have three beautiful babies. I came from the gutter, and I found God, and I found a passion in what I like to do. And I just said, all right, I'm gonna stop being afraid. I'm gonna come out the box, and I'm gonna show the world what I got and give someone else hope.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's what made you want to be a model?
No, honestly, like I said, I came through a rough road. As a child, I've had so many different dreams. I didn't really get to find myself until I became a teenager, and I went to a runway show with a friend of mine. She was involved in it, and I just loved the fact that she went up there and was able to make someone else like me feel like there's hope to be somebody out there. There's hope to show your inner beauty, your natural beauty. So when I saw that, I gripped onto that dream, and I always kept it inside. I went through a little doubting stage at one point, and one day I got down and I prayed about it, and I told God that this is something I really wanted to do and to show me the way. And I just started playing with pictures. And from there, I started talking to people who had low self esteem, who came from nothing, who thought that they couldn't show their beauty. And when we got to talking, they let me to know that I can lead that by stepping into the industry and letting these females know that we got the beauty from the inside out. We all queens in all shapes and sizes.
Okay, check you out. So, so this is not something that started when you was like a kid. It's something that you gravitated towards.
Yes, definitely. As a kid, I was all over the place. I wanted to be a nurse at one point. I wanted to be a teacher at one point. I was trying to find what was my true passion until my friend invited me to that event. So yes, it was definitely something I gravitated to.
Okay. Um, how do you feel as far as being a full time mom? How do you feel like that's gonna affect your scheduling? If
Well,
well, let's not
honestly,
say
there's
if,
nothing
when.
too hard for God, and a great man that I know told me that, and I saw it for myself when I sent it up and I gave it all the way to him. There was times I thought I couldn't do a lot with my babies, and every day I took it one day at a time, and I followed what I knew what was right in my heart, and as long as I did that, everything flew into place. And when I saw that, I said nothing could stop me. Babies and all, I'm gonna make it happen because God gonna make it happen first.
Oh, talk your talk. Um, is is there anything that you would like, any kind of advice that you would want to give somebody with a low self esteem that's interested in not only modeling but singing, dancing, just like being on the scene, so to speak?
Yes, definitely, definitely. My sisters, y'all are queens from the
Wait, what
inside
about the
out.
fellas? You just
Y'all
this just
are
for the ladies?
queens from the inside out. Y'all are beautiful. Don't let nothing, no one, or no situation make you feel like you can't do it. Stick to it. Have tunnel vision. Curveballs are gonna come, believe me, they are. But have tunnel vision and fix your crown and let it shine. And that's my word to y'all ladies out there. Y'all can do it with kids and all. Y'all can do it.
So wait, you don't have no advice for low guys that have low self-esteem. That's what you're telling me?
Oh no. I thought you were
Because you just
saying
said
as far as
queen.
just
I'm saying
directly
I
to the
said
females.
people.
I'm sorry. No. To the
It's
men as
male models
well.
out there.
To the men as well. Listen, life has this way of trying to knock us down, but y'all strong, y'all beautiful inside and out too. Y'all do what y'all gotta do. Y'all got crowns. Y'all got crowns that stand strong. You understand? So make it shine as well, and go for it. Go for your dream. Don't let nothing stop y'all. If you fall, you get back up, dust yourself off, and make yourself shine even better. Okay? That go for the men and the women and to the new generation of the babies out here as well. There's chaos going on in the world and makes us feel like we can't do certain things. But we can't be hindered by that. We are
Um,
underneath a strong, mighty God. And I believe if he did it back in the day with slavery and all, he can do it now. So don't let no chaos, no situation, no curveball stop you from your dream. Push, fight it through. And
who
that's
who
my
who are
advice to
some of
y'all.
your who are some of your inspirations when it comes to modeling? Whether it be singers, actresses, or like real life models.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the beginning of your question. You was going in and out.
Who are some of your models? Who are some of your inspirations? Whether it be singers, models, or actresses.
Honestly, honestly, I can't really answer that. And I say that because I don't have a specific. I just was always trying to put belief in myself when it comes down to that. I wanted to say that I could be the same person on the TV, or in the industry or whatever big dream it is that's out there. I always try to picture myself in it. So, looking at them is nice. I have some ones that I definitely like, and I just don't have a one in particular. Is what I could say.
Okay, so you don't. Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you.
So you don't like you're not invested in models like Tyra Banks. I forgot the plus size model name that won America's Next Top Model. You're not you don't invest your time in those kind of people to kind of get a certain level of inspiration. Is what you're saying?
Yeah, like I watch them and things in that matter, but what I'm saying is I can grow my own team. I don't want to be just like them. I would like to be a part of the industry that they're in, yes. But they all doing their thing, and I give them all props as well. But I am a big fan of Slay Queens. Let me shout out Slay Queens. I am a big fan of them. They are a plus size modeling magazine, and they model on certain clothing, their clothing brand as well, and they're really growing big, and they're getting ready to become worldwide with first C's as well. So shout out to Slay Queens on them. But as far as like having an in particular like idol, if that's not really when it comes to that, because like I said, I just always pictured myself with them up there.
Is it is there anyone that you look forward to working with in due time?
Yes, definitely. I look forward to Slay Queens. That's number one. After Slay Queens, Dormy, their company, has been also reaching out. So I look forward to meeting with them and working with them. Pretty exciting journey. Can't wait to explore and see the things they have out there for me.
What kind of model do you plan on being like? Because
A
the
clothing brand
industry,
model, and I
a
plan on
clothing
working
brand
my way
model.
up to the runway.
Um, is that like runway swimsuits? Is that like how does that work?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Is that like runway swimsuits? Is that um uh just being photogenic, just a pose model? How does that work? Like what
That
area do
day
you
is
plan on just
actually
taking
you in
over?
front of a crowd and you get to do your walk with different brands that you're modeling off. You get to pose as you do your walk. You know, you get to do your thing up there and you have the opportunity to show what you really aiming for when you're doing this runway. So when you're doing a runway, you basically have an opportunity to show who you are, the real you. You understand? And when you can show
Yeah.
the real you on that runway, I mean, hey, you never know what may come next. Who may see you during that runway, how broad you may go. You know, you just have to take the chance.
That makes sense. So it's a comment here. Somebody want to know: are you gonna be doing like like swimsuits, lingerie and stuff like that?
No, that is not where I would like to do. Honestly, I would like to do fully clothing brands, as well as the most I may go with that I'll say is maybe casual in-house clothing, like such as pajamas and things like that matter. But no lingerie. I don't think I want to do that right now. I don't know what the future holds with that, but I don't feel comfortable doing that right now.
Okay, so it's okay. You're not trying to sell yourself in a degrading manner.
No, not at all. I respect myself way more than that, honestly. If I consider myself a queen, I have to be treated that way, and it starts with myself, from inside and out. So showing my goods, nah, sorry boys, and I get it.
Is there is there any artists that you look forward to working with, like jumping in videos or like what is your like networking branding scheme?
Well, thank God for my brother, Boss the Stacks. Feel me? Thank God, and
Yo,
thank
that's
God for the
crazy.
network team that I'm building now. Um, with my brother online. Thank you, Lord, for you. You definitely helped out with doing this right now, being able to let the world know I'm about to be out there. So I thank God for you. Definitely gonna be looking forward to working with you on some more items and things that we have planned and spoke about. There's also maybe some videos, some modeling agencies that I definitely want to link with. So working on getting those people on my team right now and doing some more networking with that.
Okay. Um, do you have you spoken to anybody about marketing and branding as well?
Yes, I have. Like I said before, I've spoken to Slay Queens. I've spoken to Adore Me as far as their loungewear. And I've also spoken to Caribbean plus size models. Shout out to them as well. They're definitely working on trying to get me published on their magazines as well. So my team is building up there, and honestly, I just thank God for the opening doors.
Okay. Um, so now we got to get into your personal business,
All right,
right?
all right. Don't get too personal now. Come on.
Nah, this what I do, man. Like I dig, and guess what? Like I'm not one of those hosts that minds you asking me questions. Like you can ask me anything you want. I'm gonna answer your question as honest as possible. You know what I'm saying? Because like you ain't gonna be just getting all my love and hip hop out. You know what I'm saying? Like you feel me? So like, oh, I was ratchet once upon a time and all that, but here I am now. You feel me? But
Right.
so I can see comments that you can't, right? So
Okay.
um certain questions that I'm gonna ask are gonna be questions that I ask, and then there's gonna be questions that I ask that are gonna come from the people,
Okay.
right?
No problem.
Uh, so my first question to you is, right? Um, how do you feel going into a industry that's sexist, right? Knowing that you want people to look at you and see the essence of your beauty without looking at you being too revealing.
Okay. So honestly, I feel confident to know that I'm gonna be all right in the industry. Whether I get my message out there to some people right away, or maybe whether it takes longer than just a little bit of time. I'm definitely gonna get my message out there with what my mindset, and intentions are of having and going out there with. I want to let the world know a different message, not the message of I'm trying to sell anything or expose anything and take it that way. Wherever you go, whatever you try to do, people will always have a different mindset. It's all on how you deal with it, I'll say. So I'm going out there pretty confident. So I feel all right. I'll be fine.
Um, have you thought about allowing your kids to model as well?
Honestly, right now, no. I want that to be a decision that comes from them. I want them to know to follow their dream. It's not just about modeling. That's my dream. I don't know if they might grow up to like it or not, but I will let that come from them, honestly. But if they were to ask me to be in the modeling industry right now, I think I will put a hold on that because I want them to have the true definition of a child life. Like I don't want them to be exposed in front of cameras and all of that just yet. So yeah, that would definitely be a
So
hold up
so
on that one.
so you wouldn't want them to be self-sufficient and platforming um their future?
No, I'm definitely gonna lay out a landscaping for their future. Definitely would, but what I'm saying is I wouldn't force it upon them. Anything that they wouldn't want to do. So if this is not something that they wouldn't want to do, I would not force. Now, if this
No,
is
but I'm
something
just, I'm just
that
saying
they
that
are
if
interested in doing, then I can definitely lay a platform, for when they reach a certain age that I'll feel more comfortable with them being out in the industry and stuff like that. Right now, they're kids. I want them to focus more on their academics because without school knowledge, you guys, you cannot get anything. So that goes for myself. It's been a tough struggle, but like I said, I'm not letting nothing stop us, nothing stop me, So yeah, definitely on
okay, okay.
that.
You got any questions you want to ask me before I read the questions that the viewers want to know?
Yeah, definitely do. So I heard that you were once in the industry yourself. How did that go for you?
What industry?
I heard that you was in the modeling industry as well. So I have a few questions for you on that. How did that go for you? How did you feel out there?
I mean, I look, man. I woke up like this, right? I'm beautiful. Um, I've never shied away from my opportunity to um have the spotlight.
Okay.
Unless I pulled up in a situation, I tell a lot of jokes. So if I pull up in a situation and it's a person that's already known to be the funny person or whatever, I fall back and let them keep that title because like I'm really funny. You feel me? So it's like, what's going on? I'm doing a radio station right now. I can't. I, um. So yeah, I can't really, like modeling for me was something that kind of came natural. It's something that I was really invested in. And then when I had the opportunity to go to school to be able to do the modeling thing, I learned a few things, and I've done shows, I've won crowds, I had fun with it or whatever, and that was just generally what it was. Um, I still dream about going to Paris because I know Paris is the mecca of fashion. It's the mecca of models rather. And But now at this I would go back into modeling if I didn't have my hands and so many other places. I'm not an octopus. I can't reach. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm
No, I
trying to.
definitely understand. I
You
definitely
feel me? I'm
understand.
trying to stir a few other kind of pots first.
Right.
But you know, the world gonna see these dimples. The world gonna, you know what I'm saying? They gonna see this great smile. Feel me?
That's right, bro. You better show them off.
Yeah. So your next question, because you said you had a few questions, unless I answered them all.
Yeah. So
Miss, miss.
how were you able to maintain being in the industry and still going about your everyday life?
Um. Well, when it was showtime, it was showtime, and when it was my time. On my last week's show, I told my co-host, you know, it's three different types of time that people have to be on. And when you figure out where you're at and what you're trying to do with where you're at, you can create the balance for it, right? So you got men's time, right? And that's when things are kind of a little bit more serious. When you, uh, whether mother and father and uh, handling your responsibilities, you know what I'm saying? That's men's time. That's when you know, you a little bit more focused, right? With that particular thing, modeling, whatever it is, your passion. Then you have God's time, right? And God's
Right,
time is when you reaching the to the core of who you are as a human being, which is your soul, right?
right, right,
Um, then you got playtime, right? And so many people miss this, right? Because they so serious and and they've been through so many different things in life. They don't know how to just just live, right? Like you got to just be able to live,
right, right,
like. And you know, you oftentimes I hear it every day from different people and parents, and they don't know how to let go of things that happened when they was kids or when they was 15 years old or whatever. So I'm one of those people that I speak about it because I want you to know where I came from, what I've been through. But I know how to let it go. You know what I'm saying?
right,
Like I don't have bad days. I have bad moments.
right,
But I don't let a bad moment affect 24 hours.
right, right.
You know what I'm
As you
saying?
should.
So you know, I I knew what I knew where I was when I was there. That's the best answer I could give you. When I
Okay.
was when I was in modeling school, I knew I was in modeling school.
Right.
When it was showtime, I knew it was showtime, right? And it's funny because I got a friend. Me and her went to school together. We was in third grade. Um, she's still my homegirl, whatever. Um, I saw her one time in 2006. I want to say I saw her and she was like, "Yo, I'm trying to do this modeling thing." I'm like, "Yo, if you got some free time, we could go do this show out in Brooklyn or
Right,
whatever." And she was
right.
like, "Yo, we out." We drive. She goes to get some money from her mom to eat, and we drive and we go to Brooklyn. And the craziest thing that happened was they was playing Voguing music that the homosexuals kind of model to or whatever they Vogue to or whatever they do that
Right,
kind of stuff.
right.
It was like the disco kind of up tempo thing, and I'm like, I'm walking with no life, like I'm regular, like I can't, like what am I supposed to do to this? Like oh my god. So I remember the lady like, yo, I don't think that he's ready to go on stage. She started calling the guy that actually put me on to the modeling thing or whatever. And when the show actually began and the DJ started playing real music that I could really bop to and just do me, like
Right, right.
like that was when they was like, oh nah, he ready. Like I'm like, yeah, it was like
That's
I
right, because
don't
the real
know,
you
like
came out. Okay.
yeah, I couldn't really get jiggy
Right.
with that kind of, you know what I'm saying? Boom, chicka, boom. Like what? Hold on, like so um so you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I knew where I was when I was there. If I was in modeling school, I knew I was in school. I'm trying to learn something.
Right.
When I was doing this show, I knew I was doing this show, whether it was for the exposure or the payment. It was showtime, lights,
Hmm.
camera, action. And then when I
Okay.
had my time, it was my time. I love my first love is basketball, so I play basketball. I do my regular stuff, and My advice for people, yourself included, anybody that's trying to get in the industry, any industry or whatever, you always got to be able to separate fact from fiction. You know what I'm saying? Reality
Okay.
from virtual reality. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And the virtual reality is when you're in character, right? Like, there's no
Right.
way
Right.
that DMX is always like this. "Arr, arr," but he don't bark at his kids. Like, you can't never really believe that Earl
Right.
Simmons is barking at his kids, right? Like, it's no way.
Mm.
So you know what I'm saying? It's no way that little baby is this dude that runs around and he's like sipping lean in front of his kid and different things. Like, you got to be able to separate yourself. You got to keep yourself grounded. Know who you are when you're there. You feel
Definitely.
me? Like, right now, I'm I'm don't get it twisted. Like, I'm always stacked, but like, you see, I got this uniform on. I'm at work. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So stacks
Right. As
stacks
you
is,
should
you know what I'm saying?
be.
Stacks is kind of, it's like um I'm kind of polished. Like, I'm him, but I'm not him. You feel me? Like,
It's the
I'm
moment,
Clark.
right?
Yeah. You feel me? Like, I'm Clark Kent right now. I'm not
Right.
Superman. Like, that's the difference. Like, but like I said, you just gotta know where you are when you're there, man, and that's what's gonna make the difference in your success or whatever. Because generally, they waiting, they waiting for the error because they never let the error go.
Right.
You make a mistake, they hold on to that, right? They say you could do 1,000 things right, one thing wrong, and they never stop talking about that one thing.
Hmm.
Being able to separate yourself is a thing that's always gonna keep you grounded. The balance or whatever. I got a
Okay.
comment here
Okay.
from from somebody. They like, she's beautiful. Is she in a relationship? They always ask these kind of questions.
Well, let me say I am married. Yeah, I'm a married woman, so I am not on the
You didn't
market.
you
I
didn't
am
say
on the
that with
market
enough
for the
energy
gram
though.
and the
Like, that
cliche.
wasn't
Yeah, let
believable.
me say that. I'll model some clothes real fast, but I'm not on the market for you gentlemen right now.
That
Sorry.
wasn't. You didn't say that with a lot of life in it though. Like, you're not like, I'm married. Like, you like, I'm married. Like, you said it like you said it like you ready to relapse. Maybe you ready to relapse.
Well, I'm going through a tough time right now, so but yeah, I'm married. Let me make that very clear. When I gotta fill out them applications, I still have to check I'm married. So I am
Ooh,
married right now, okay?
okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna get you for that, I promise you. But yeah.
You said it, not me. You like, I'm married. Like, scratched their head. I don't know what was going on. They want to. You gotta sound enthused. I'm married. Goddamn it. Fuck that. Like,
I apologize for the dryness on that one.
I'm just saying, like, when I get married, they gonna know. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna crown my queen. It's gonna be, hell yeah, married. What you think? I ain't deserving of a wife. That's how I'm gonna answer those questions.
Oh God, I can't.
Right.
Yeah, sorry for the dry answer on that. I apologize, you guys.
Somebody else said. Somebody else said. How long have you had a passion for modeling?
I've had a passion for modeling. I am 28 since I was 13 years old.
15 years. And
No,
this is like the
13
first
years
time.
old. Yeah.
Oh, what?
You said 15 years old?
No, I said 15 years.
Oh, no. I'm sorry. I thought you said
Uh,
15 years old.
no, it's okay. Take the cotton out your ears and put it in your mouth so you
Okay.
can hear better.
Here we
You know
go,
what
bro.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
um. So you've been having this passion for 15 years,
Yes.
and this is the first real time that you've taken it serious.
Yes.
Okay.
I was always caught up in the what the world structures say we supposed to do, be a lawyer, be a doctor, be a teacher, things in that matter. And one day, like I said, I had to wake up. I had to wake up and I had to tell myself, no, this is not where my heart is. And I had to follow where my heart's been desiring to go.
Isn't it cool when you wake up one day and you like I really got to make decisions for myself, um or like I really know what I want to do, as opposed to my mom told me that this would be good for me, or my dad told me that I should be here. It's like it's not forced when it's something that you actually love.
Yeah, it feels amazing, you guys. It feels like you run this. It's your runway, you know? So
Right.
when you run your runway, it feels real good, honestly.
I
you
like
just wake up smiling about it.
you know it's crazy. So I'm not an actor, but I always use a different analogy than you. But I like your analogy because you're a model, right? So it's like you express yourself using the model kind of thing, right? Like it's like this is my runway, right? And
Right.
I always use the like this is my movie, and I never, I'm serious, like I never ever let co-stars act like they the main star in this movie. Like this is mine. You know what I'm
Nah,
saying? Like
when this is your passion and this is your dream, you better run it, you better own it, you better walk it, you better pose it. However you gotta do it, you better do it.
right.
Because
How y'all
it's
girls be saying
yours.
it? How y'all be saying it? Period, Pro. Say it one time for the cameras. Put it out
Period, Pooh.
there. Yeah. Oh,
I
no,
can't.
no. I was just saying, I got a woman. She has a daughter. I got nieces. I got 5 sisters. I got a mom. So, like, I like to have fun with so many different things or whatever.
Right. No,
I got,
no, definitely.
I got
I
sisters
love
that's
your
not my
character, bro. I
sisters.
love your character.
Like,
You definitely always keep joy, always keep a smile. That's how it should be, you know?
man, look. Let me tell you something, man. I wear a size 11. I could give somebody else my sneakers, these same size 11s, and they gonna walk around the corner and give them back. They gonna say, "Damn, I don't know how you survived that, but I don't, I don't want those." You feel me?
But
Like,
it's not what you go through, it's how you going through it. You feel me?
I could dodge a jab. I've been through it before, man. I ain't worried about it. Or, but it's a lot of people, right? That So in this, I'm gonna use stock for example, right? Um, you invest your money in the stock, and most people, when they see the numbers drop, they decide, let me pull my money out, and they miss the opportunity. They dropped the ball, so to speak, because they didn't stick with that particular investment.
Mm.
Um, do you feel like at this particular moment, um, it's like now or never? Like,
Yeah. Yeah, I've went through this experience of feeling like I've been in my shell for too long. And now that I'm out, I feel like a butterfly, like I gotta fly. Like I can't, I don't want to be held down. I don't want to sit down. I gotta do it now. Cause honestly, tomorrow's never promised. So, why not do it now?
So look, let me just say, I'm glad that you answered that way, right? Because you said in the beginning, you said you was a believer, and I've never done this before, right? It's gonna be the
Hmm.
first time that I actually quote scripture to somebody during the interview, because I genuinely understand um that religion and politics are two of the most controversial conversations that you could possibly have. So I
Right.
generally let people know that I believe in God, where I stand with God, but I don't generally quote scriptures for the medicinal purpose that um I don't want nobody to misunderstand me. I don't want nobody to be misinformed, especially people that don't study the Bible or know the Bible um for whatever reason. But I will say this, right? For your particular situation, right? I asked you that for this reason, right? Um, it's two things. If the Bible says no man knows the daytime nor hour, do you think that's talking about life or death, or just about what God can do no matter what the situation is?
Okay, I'm sorry. I missed half of that question. Like it was you keep going in and out. I apologize. I
Can you hear me
truly
now?
apologize.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me
Yeah.
now?
Yeah, yeah.
Good. Thanks for
Okay,
switching to
okay.
Verizon. Um, So my question is, you in the beginning of this, you said that you was a believer, right?
Right.
And it's a scripture that says, "No man knows the daytime nor hour." Do you think God intended that in the biblically for people to believe that He was talking about life and death, or about what He will do at particular moments in your life, whenever that time presents itself?
I feel like what he will do in your life. And I say that because, and it can be, for both. Honestly, if you think about it, because he gives you life and death. You know, he he's the beginning and the ending. So I feel like at any given moment, this is it, that also can go in hand with the scripture of be ye ready all the time, right? You always
All
have to
right, so
be ready. Anything could come your way. He gives us
I,
knowledge and wisdom to know when those things come our way, that we have to be ready. So every day when you wake up, honestly, is I feel like with that, you have to just honestly give your day over to God, because you never know what's gonna happen, but you just want to
I
have the strength to be ready.
so the reason I asked you that is to prove that what you're feeling about it's now or never. You got to get rid of that thought or mindset, because God could do it when you're 90 years old, right?
That's
And
true. The now or
look,
never is not on a spiritual, it was more on the flesh. I'm gonna be
okay,
honest.
cool. Look, I'm cool with that.
Because
I'm gonna show you something, right? It's the because this is the second scripture that I was gonna use, right? It says that Sarah was born barren; she couldn't have any children, right? And she
right.
wanted a child on her, and she was giving her maid servants and all of these different people to her husband to have kids with, but none of the kids was her own kid, right?
Mm,
So now it came to a point where when she was 91 years old, God promised that a year from that day that she would have a kid, she would get this kid that she always wanted, or whatever. You know what I'm
right, right.
saying? And it might not have happened when she wanted it to, but it happened when God wanted it to for her. So that's the reason I asked you that. Like, um, so many people miss this, that you pray for different things,
Right, right.
and uh, 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 just because God doesn't answer you the way that you want to be answered doesn't mean that He's saying no. Sometimes He's saying not right now because He still has to prepare you. If you can't be trusted with something small, how could you be trusted with something big?
And you're definitely right about that. With that, I would say, believe in the impossible. Honestly, believe in the impossible, because I can relate to her story when she wanted to have kids and couldn't. I was told I went through a situation in my life for my health, and I was told I couldn't. And I always went about everyday life that I thought that I was never gonna ever have kids. To the point where I even had paperwork set up to have someone bear a child when I get older, type stuff. And met my husband, and God turned that around. So He can turn things around at any given time. So yeah, I definitely can. I feel where you're coming from on
I
that
mean,
one.
look, we got something in common, right? I can relate to the story from a man's perspective because I watch men every day, generally that make kids and don't want to be in their kid life or whatever. And I'm a man that really wants to have a kid. Um, I don't have any biological kids. My son is 15 years old. I've been raising him since he was 4 months old. His real father's family is on some craziness where they just don't want me in his life or whatever. He knows the truth. You know what I'm saying? They know the truth. I don't have to sit there and go into depth into detail about it. But um, at the end of the day, like um, it, I really, really do want to have a kid, and I know that even praying, I still have to have a high level of patience. And um, I've always wanted to have a wife, a whole family, and more to give my kid than just love and words of wisdom. Like I want my kid to have the best of everything that life has to offer. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This great mind is something that they gonna get regardless. You feel me? But and I'm not gonna like I'm gonna teach my kid like I'm gonna teach my kids something different than the schools teach kids, because I don't want them to get caught up in the fairy tale of of the Black history that they teach.
Hey,
Of
bro,
the,
my baby
you know what I'm
turning
saying?
up,
Of
so I got about 5 more minutes on here, okay? If that's all right. I'm sorry, you guys. I have to
nah, you
finish with
good.
my baby.
You got five. It's only like 9 minutes left.
Oh, okay. Cause he over
Yeah,
there
you
turned
can.
up. I gotta get my
You
baby.
nah, you good. You got 5 minutes left. You got 4 minutes now. Since you want to be smart, you gonna treat you like a Vaughn. You got 4 minutes. You know what I'm saying, right? But like I said, I could definitely identify with that. Um, for so many different reasons. But this ain't about me. You didn't ask me anything. I just want to share that. Like, feel
But
me?
this is
I'm
definitely
in
about
your way,
showing
stepping
support
on
and
your
showing
toes.
love.
Um, but is there anything that you do want to ask me though before I let you give your shout outs out and let people know where they can find you, how to reach you, all these different things.
Um, is there anything else I want to ask? I don't even know. Should I? I don't know. Matter of fact, yes, yes. So we pretty much went over where you stand at with God. We went over your pretty much bits and pieces of experience in your modeling industry. Now, when you first began your modeling industry, what gave you that push or that open door? Like, who was the one who helped? Who was on your team to help you, go through that walk? Or did it just something, an opportunity you walked into?
My my sister's godfather, God bless his soul, his name is Tim Cherry. Um, he actually had a record label out in Pennsylvania called Dominatic Records. Um, I told him I was interested in modeling, and he set it up. As far as the push, um, I did about 50 shows, and my family and my friends came to one. Um, so generally, it was more me. You know what I'm saying? Like it was more me. Like certain things just ignite a different level of hunger within me. If somebody talk bad about me and tell me what I can't do, I show them that I can. Like, and there's nothing that they can do to stop it. Um,
Right.
so
Okay.
like, I just use certain things to make me hungry or whatever. And um, it's funny because talking about it now, when I say like my family and friends only came to one of my shows, um, it helped me to reevaluate just now, like why am I the way I am with different people. Um, I always wanted a high level of support from people that I feel like is supposed to be there. So
Right.
when I meet a person and I say, listen, either we all the way in this or we don't need to be in this. You feel me?
At
If I
all. Right.
if I deal with you, I deal with you 100. Um, it's like I said, I'm one of those people that support my people. If I say that I deal with you, I deal with you, and I support my people or whatever. You know what I'm saying? What like kids come first all the time in every situation. So a person shouldn't even try to compete with that. But adults, if I say that I deal with you, I deal with you. And because of the lack of support that I had coming up, I choose to be somebody that's there for the people that I deal with. If I say I deal with you, I deal with you. And you're gonna know
Right.
that I deal with you because my actions is gonna show it.
Okay.
So, my push and my drive come from the things that I want, the things that I expect from a person is the things that I try to give.
Right. Right. Okay. Um. Yeah. I guess that was all my questions. Honestly.
All right. Well, listen, you got there's 4 minutes left, right? And you got to get to your son because he be doing backflips and all that. I know, little man be going crazy, and and Bernie Mac said on the Kings of Comedy, it's the little ones. They be the baddest, right? They be the bullies. I'm on some milk and cookies, right? He be bullying everybody and stuff like, you know what I'm
And listen,
saying?
it's the truth. It's the truth. He didn't lie. They have their own little ways of bullying. My baby actually ran down on me earlier. I was eating some gummy bears, and those was his favorite, right? He ran down. He ran down. I felt really, really hurt. My pride was hurt at that moment. I thought I didn't know who was the adult in the situation. He ran down, took
Right.
the whole bag, and walked away. So it's
That's right.
definitely true. They're bullies in their own little way.
Walked away with the gummy bears. He sat him downstairs. But you know, give your shout outs out, man. Let everybody know where to reach you at, how to able be able to get you to model something for them, be in they videos, you know, how your contact information pretty much, but don't get them your number because we are not responsible. We are not
I am
responsible
not giving
for
nobody my number.
yeah, good answer. I'm just saying, don't give nobody a number. We not responsible for no chat line situations, no prank calls. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like
No, no, I'm not giving
you got
nobody
to
my
either
number. But
change your
first
number or
and
call the popo.
foremost, you can reach me at Low Key Diamond on Facebook, on Snapchat. I'm actually reconstructing my Instagram, so that'll be up in about the next week, but it will be underneath the same name as well. I'm not. I'm always on public. If you don't see me active, leave a message. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Like I said, I'm a full-time mommy, so work with me, you guys. Yeah, do your thing. Hit me up. Looking forward to seeing you guys and being able to show my beauty. Thank the Lord for that. And I want to give a shout out to you, bro. Honestly, you the real one on the team, and I thank you. I thank you. I want to give a shout out to my sis Shanice, Sherelle, Linwood, Brother Robert, all of y'all, cause y'all my team. Y'all the real ones.
Yo,
I want to
damn,
give a
you saying
shout out.
niggas real names? What we down south?
Yeah, that's
You
what we
said first.
doing.
You
That's what
said
we doing.
first
They
and
doing
last
real
name.
names on the book, so they gotta see me.
Oh, I'm just saying because you know down south they say that's Bobby Joe and them kinfolk. You just said whole name like I'm like whoa,
Bro, I can't.
hold on, like
Um, but anyways, my team, y'all know who y'all are. You know, from Greater Liberty, y'all been in my life for a very long time. A certain amount of people from y'all from Greater Liberty. Let me make that clear. And yeah, thank you for the time. My
hold
babies
on,
is turned up.
wait. I'm offended right now. I'm
Why
not
you
even one
offended?
of your kids. You ain't even shout your kids out. Oh man, you a
Oh,
glory hog. You like what's the
listen,
shout
you
the
told me to shout out the people that I was
this
working with and all of that. You ain't
shout
say
out
nothing
the
about my
babies
babies. Now
though.
my babies a
Yeah,
whole different category. They sit on top before y'all, okay? Let me
I'm just
make
saying
that
you gotta
very
you
clear.
they gotta come first. Like shout out the
My babies
babies. You know
always
what I'm
come first. Shout out to my
saying?
babies before you guys. Let's back that up, okay?
They wasn't gonna get no shout out though. Yikes. Oh my god, you a
I
glory
shout
hog.
out to my boys. They hold me down. They definitely my little bodyguards in the making. They my kings. You know, they treat mommy like they queen that I am. Thank the Lord. And a shout out to my baby girl, my princess. Yes, look out for her and whatever dream she has coming up, because she will be out there doing her thing as well, you know. Um, that was funny though, bro. Honestly. My
I'm just
kids
saying
come
like
first.
damn. Whoa. Oh man. But
So
it was
yes,
fun
I just
having you.
thank the Lord that this is an opportunity and I'm gonna go for it. And I want to tell you guys, from the younger generation to the older generation, it may be hard. Them storms are gonna come. Don't let me be the one to tell you that it's not. It's definitely gonna come. But it's not what you do, it's how you do it. It's not what you go through, it's how you go through, okay? So go for it, you guys. Have that tunnel vision and make it happen.
Well listen, we appreciate having you, Queen. Know what I'm saying? Um we looking forward to having you back when you get success, man. Don't forget about the small people or whatever. Know what I'm saying?
Never, never can I
Um
forget where I came from, my team, and
Nah,
my loyal
a lot
ones.
of people get
Never.
rich and switch. They be on some G Unit shit. You see, 50 Cent had the mansion in Connecticut. You know what I'm saying? Talking about he was the king of New York. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
So we don't,
that's
you
for the
know.
groupies, bro. I do not consider myself a groupie. But I will never forget you guys, honestly. I have to. We got to break bread together. We eat together. That's how we're gonna do that one. You know. I'm not gonna sit there and eat a whole loaf and you starving like Marvin. We're not doing that.
Well, listen, have a great day, man. It was a blessing having you. I'm about to send you the link so that you can promote it on your page. You can send it to a few people so they can watch that interview or whatever. And just keep flourishing, man. Don't let nothing stop you.
Definitely. Thank you, you guys. Have a blessed one, bro. Hit me up later. You already know. Thank you, everyone.
All right.